Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Smart Money Mo, and in today's video we're going to be going through a easy two-step liquidity strategy that you can implement into your trading for 2024. I'm going to be breaking down the strategy with a beautiful trade that I did take on Euro USD, and as always this trade was sent to the team as a trade setup. You guys can see on the left hand side over here that I notified the team that I was looking for an entry on Euro USD after I saw these highs being swept, and yeah, price reacted and ran smoothly, and I told everyone to take full take profits at 4.25 RRs. Obviously the trade did run all the way to sort of 6 RRs, but you know, we got a overall take profit of 4.25 RRs. So if you guys want to gain access to these signals and the rest of the great benefits which are listed over here on the first link in the description, make sure to check that out and just pay a one-time fee of £120 to gain access to all of the benefits listed below. But without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Alright everyone, so the first step for this guide is a very simple step, and that is on the middle time frame. So we're talking, you know, somewhere between the 15-minute to around, I'd say, the 1 hour, or maybe pushing it is the 2 hour. Really and truly, I'd say this is your sweet spot from the 15-minute to the 1 hour, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to identify a level of liquidity on the middle time frame. And again, like I said, that's going to be your 15-minute to your hourly time frame, right? And that is the sweet spot. And really this step is very simple. All we're looking for is for a level of liquidity such as equal highs, equal lows, a swing high, or a swing low. And what I'm looking for is just to identify this level, and I'm going to be waiting for price to reach this level. Why am I going to be waiting for price to reach this level? It's because I want to see a liquidity sweep when price comes up to this level. So let's say I'm on the 15-minute on, for example, Euro USD, right? And then I see a level of equal highs. What I'm going to be anticipating is that price is going to move up towards these equal highs, because you know price will be attracted to this level, sweep these equal highs, and then move off in the opposite direction. That is what I'm looking for, and that nicely brings us on to step 2, which is that after we see price sweeping this previous liquidity, right, we move on to the lower time frame. So we can move on to anything from the 1 minute to around, I'd say, the 10-minute is the max I'd go for. Really and truly, I think the sweet spot in this scenario is something like the 3-minute or 5-minute. All right, we're going to go on to one of these time frames, and we're going to identify a market structure shift, and we're going to enter from supply and demand or fair value gap as usual, right? So this X and this line is representing the liquidity sweep of that middle time frame structure, right? And so once in this scenario, obviously, once the equal highs were swept, so let's just put in a bunch of equal highs here. So once that was swept, we identify it with this line that we have over here. And what we're looking for is for price to give us a market structure shift. And what that looks like is a break in the opposite direction of a previous structure, right? So over here we have a low, and price moves in the opposite direction after this sweep, and we see that price breaks through this low, telling us that we are possibly going to see a change in the trend, and so we can go shorts, right? We can go and short this market. And another form of market structure shift that you could look for is, for example, a demand zone failing. So obviously, if we're trying to trade this supply zone, we'd look for the opposite to fail, right? And in this case, we have a demand zone over here. And once I see this demand zone being invalidated is when I know that this would be a valid market structure shift, and I know that price is going to move into the control of supply, and therefore I would go into shorts over here, right? So this becomes valid once I see demand failing or a low being taken, right? And this is literally the simple 2 steps that you need for this strategy. We can go through it again. Identify a level of liquidity on the middle time frame. So let's say we saw 15-minute equal highs, and then you move on to a lower time frame. Once the equal highs have been swept, you wait for a market structure shift, and then you enter from supply and demand or fair value gap. Simple as that. Literally 2 steps is all you need, right? And yeah, like I said, we found the setup on Euro USD, and we're going to be moving on to the live charts to break that down right now. Alright everyone, here I am on Euro USD, and we're going to start off this breakdown on the 15 minute, which is, like I said, the sweet spot that I have found for this strategy. It's either the 15 minute, 30 minute, or the 1 hour is what I go for to identify the liquidity levels. And so on this case, I looked for a level of equal highs, right? And so if I just replay to about here, is a very, very simple level. I saw that price made this swing point on the 15 minute over here. And I also noticed that this conjoined with the highs over here, giving us a level of relative equal highs, right? I also noticed some, like highs over here and highs over here, some wicks here, right? So just overall around this sort of level, we had a like nice level of liquidity, which price can eventually sweep up and then drop off, right? And the reason why I didn't, sort of look for any supply zones or just go with my normal supply zone entries is because, yeah, I didn't have any supply zones to go from on the left hand side. So if I don't have any supply zones, what I will look for is levels of liquidity to see a sweep at, and then for price to drop in the opposite direction, right? And in this example, we had these relative equal highs and some of these, sort of neighboring highs over here. As well as that, on the 5 minute time frame, I also saw that we had just swept this sort of trend line liquidity that we were sort of creating over here. And yeah, again, any of these highs that we had over here, price also swept. So then I waited on this time frame. I actually think I moved on to the 3 minute. I saw that price swept this high like such. So this 15 minute level of liquidity was swept, and all of these liquidity levels were swept as well. And then price begins to drop off, right? And at this point, right, even if we don't have our market structure shift just yet, we can see that price has given us a nice level of 3 minute supply. And yeah, this is a very, very clear sort of entry, right? There is also this fair value gap, which I did mention to the team at the time. And yeah, you could have went with the entry off of here as well, but I don't really like that because it makes the RR less and it gives you a wider stop loss. So really and truly, I went for this supply zone entry over here. And yeah, now at this point, all you really have to wait for is the market structure shift. And at this point, I'd say we have a solid market structure shift. We can move down to the 1 minute and see that the previous low that we had over here was broken out by this move, giving us a lovely market structure shift. And yeah, and we did also have a demand zone over here on the 1 minute time frame, which was also failed here as well. So there you go. That is our valid market structure shift. And yeah, all we have to do at this point is set limits. And I remember price creates a low. Oh yeah, and we could have also went for this market structure shift here as well. If you're looking for the 3 minute shift of structure, this would have been a more valid level to look for. Regardless, we waited for price to print a new low. There we go. And this could have been your TP, although I think I went for something about in this region here, which was the fair value gap, just in case that price decided to respect it, right? For the sake of this video, we'll just put it at the low. And yeah, that's literally as simple as this trade gets. We also did have some inducement over here, giving us some extra confluence. And yeah, this is a greatly positioned zone. It's right at the peak of this high. We also have some nice fair value gap over here. Strong market structure shift on the 3 minute. And failure of demand on the 1 minute. As well as failure of demand over here as well. So yeah, this overall made this trade a very nice trade. And if we play price taps in, and yeah, you can see we react quite nicely overall coming down to this TP of 1 to 7. But like I said, I TP'd a bit earlier. I think it was about at this low here. So yeah, about 4.25 Rs. And yeah, that was this trade on EURUSD using a simple 2-step liquidity method. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it educational. If you did, make sure to check out all the other videos, and make sure to check out the first link in the description, which will direct you to the mentorship, where you can find all the good stuff and find the course which will teach you to take trades like this, and you will find the signals and trade setups in my Discord. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.